Play Media Day with the one and only infamous Ty. He is blessed to be here because it's 2023. It is a new year.
Definitely.
Yo, man, you went and took too much sauce from something that was just a moniker amongst a small circle of individuals that were performing to a viral sensation. How are you feeling about that?
I feel good that it's finally going in the right direction that it's supposed to go. There's a little more things I want to add and keep the needle going, but once I put the small pieces together, is gonna take over. Then most definitely, it's all about the small steps. You got to crawl before you walk and walk before you run. So it's getting there.
What has the last couple of years looked like for you as an artist?
Last couple years, it was phenomenal moments from having a radio spin on Hot 97, having a billboard in Times Square, being on the magazine, um, doing tours outside of New York. We did a rhythm and rock tour with Rockview and Daylight. We covered like two cities, and past few years has been good. It could have been better, but I'm definitely blessed and I'm definitely appreciative of the opportunities that was presented to me the past few years.
For those that don't really know about you, right? Because we have a whole, many different audiences.
Mhm.
Who is Infamous Ty, and how did you get here right now?
Infamous Ty is a versatile all around artist. He's an artist that tells a story, paints a picture to your perspective or to anyone's perspective. How did I got here? I got here through trials and tribulations. I got here through trial and error. I got here through, being in the trenches and, being surrounded with other artists who either is on the same level, above me, below me, whatever the situation may be, and just praying to my ancestors and just grinding hard, keep working, keep investing, keep networking, and I'm here. Everything else is history.
What do you feel as an artist, right? Because I feel like before the pandemic and after the pandemic, being an artist became two different things.
Mhm.
Um, what have you learned prior to the pandemic that helped you in your artistry right now?
Before the pandemic, what I've learned is to network, learn to be outside, be at showcases. Not every showcase, unfortunately, but credible showcases that has credible people and spread your name around, get the word around, things of that nature. After the pandemic is much more social media, TikTok Reels, Instagram Reels, so everything is all viral because everybody's staying inside the house and nobody's not really outside like that during lockdown. So it's much more, you know, posting the best content with like whatever song you got or whatever song that's pushing. Try to create as much content as possible around that song and push it out to the media and to the masses.
Do you feel like TikTok and all of these new trends kind of ruin marketing for artists? Because sometimes people don't want to do the dances, sometimes people don't want to be in the videos.
Um, I wouldn't say it ruined it, but I'll say it evolved because about CDs when rappers was rapping, then like the DVDs, and then it evolved to social media with Facebook, Twitter, Spotify, Apple, and then it keeps evolving to TikTok, Snapchat. So in a way, it evolves for artists in a good way because it's another outlet for us to promote our music, promote our content, merch, whatever we got that we want to promote to the market. So I feel that it evolved in a good way.
So you currently are signed with DGMG.
Uh-huh.
Um, how has that been working for you as an artist, and how do you get involved with them?
I've been know GGMG for a while. I've been knowing them since 2014. Um, at a event that I did with another promoter years ago, and we had reconnected about 2016, 17 ish. And I just been consistent doing showcases on Gem and Diamond's platform, and they saw the consistency, they saw the growth, and they wanted to work with me as an artist. So being that I'm underneath them from 2018 until now, I've grown a lot from doing not only doing their showcases, from learning about marketing, learning about networking, how to introduce yourself to credible people in the industry, and also evolving as an artist, like posting quality pictures on social media and not just personal things. And if you're gonna have personal things, have a personal Instagram for that. So those things I've learned from Gem and Diamond to keep my social media clean as possible, make it look presentable, have professional photos as well, things of that nature. So all of that helped me evolve as an artist till this day.
Who were your inspirations? I knew
Uh,
you knew that generic question was coming.
yeah. um, Inspirations
I mean, I know,
is
I'm pretty cool, but I don't count as one. I'm just saying.
um a lot of people inspire me. I'll say Tupac, Biggie, Jay-Z in a way, 50 Cent, Lloyd Banks, Cassidy, Fabulous, Vital, Uncle Murder, French Montana, um, a lot of old age guys, Kanye West.
With Kanye now,
Nah,
or
nah, nah.
Donde Kanye, or high school dropout Kanye?
High school dropout Kanye.
Okay.
High school dropout Kanye. Ace Hud, Chinks, God rest the dead Chinks. Um, Ludacris. Couple more people that influenced me in a good way, I should say. Yeah.
So out of all of those, and you had to do a cipher during Super Bowl, who you doing a cipher with?
Damn, that's a hard one. That's a
I
hard
mean,
one.
you thought I was gonna let you off that easy?
Oh, that's a hard one. It depends how many people I'm having in that cipher.
6 people.
Damn, that's hard.
That and the sixth person is yourself, so you gotta choose five.
Oh my god. Alright, so it'll be myself, dead or alive, right?
Doesn't matter yet.
It don't matter. Alright. Myself, Biggie, um
And to make it interesting, who are the teams playing that Super Bowl?
wait,
Like,
what do you mean?
I just fucked that whole shit up. So
Yeah.
who's in the cipher with you, and what Super Bowl is it? You pick your own team,
Oh, it would be,
but go back to the cipher part first.
but the cipher parts. All right. So it'd be myself, Biggie, Ludacris,
Okay, 3,
um, Fabulous,
4.
damn, this I always get stuck in these ones because it's always the ones that you won't pick, and then the ones you gotta leave as a wild card. So I'll say Louis Banks,
Okay.
and I'll say Cassidy. That'll be my six. In that,
Okay.
in that,
Very well rounded too. Like,
yeah,
and I noticed, thank God you're into, like, I mean, there's some drill songs I'll fuck with,
yeah.
but I'm not like I'm not with it. I'm not. So in a world full of drill artists, right? How are
Mhm.
you fitting in within all this?
I'm to be honest with you, I'm not really a fan of drill. I respect the new era of music because they're getting money and they doing all these dances and going viral. It's a new wave, but it's not really like my sound or my style of music. I have no problem doing a drill record. I've been considering doing drill records, but it's not really my style and thing. Even though that's their lane and that's their genre and it has its own market. And I salute all the drill artists for doing their thing, mainstream, independent. They doing their thing, but it's just not really my style.
Do you see some type of renaissance happening where we can get a mix of the old school back with what we have now? Because I know there's a lot of people who sit in the same sentiments as you. not really feeling drill and hip hop, but hip hop is kind of taking like a weird turn.
I would say hip hop is definitely evolving. I wouldn't say it's dead. I would say it's evolving, but to answer the question, it can happen, but the only downfall is you have some you have some fans of hip hop, and then there's some artists in hip hop who did their thing, won the platinum plaques back in the 80s and 90s, and they feel that whatever they did in the 80s and the 90s, the new guys should keep the momentum going from what they're doing. But they got to understand it's a new time, it's a new age, so whatever they did back then doesn't really apply to now. You understand? Times has changed, things has changed. So it can happen, but it's just a matter of bridging the gap. You understand?
So
So
how does that happen, right? Because even as media, we say, how do we bridge that gap so there is that happy medium?
um my suggestion for the older generation of rap artists, I do feel that they need to embrace the new artists, coach them and guide them. That's the only way it can happen.
So for
Embracing them.
so for you, that's in the boom bap, aggressive. Let me get in my backpack. Do you see yourself teaching these? Hey, let's drill, gang, do some dances.
Yeah. I have no problem embracing the new guys that's coming up. I have no problem coaching them, guiding them, advising them whenever the time has come. I have no problem doing that.
Does it seem weird that there are going to be people that are little infamous guys and little Ivy the one day about to bounce around, and we're going to be sitting there like old heads?
um, I'll laugh at it, but it'll be dope. It'll be dope. It'll be dope.
I'm still not ready to see that, though. I'm not even going to lie to you. I'm not.
Why not?
It still feels like yesterday that it was 2016 to me. Like, it feels like yesterday we are doing FP Theater or in Red Door and all of that stuff,
Mhm. Mhm.
Brooklyn Colony. So
Mhm.
it's just weird to think that it was 5 years since Brooklyn Colony.
Correct.
So to see younger, more amped up versions of us popping around, it's like, damn.
I mean, they definitely do get inspired by what they see on TV, and I'm not gonna lie, we all have gotten some sort of inspiration when it comes to seeing things on TV. We may see, artists flash $250,000 jewelry on their neck, or they may drive a $2 million Bentley or whatever, and we get inspired by things like those, and the talent that we have, we feel that the impression that we as carry as entertainers, we feel that we can take it to the next level, or we could be on the same level as the artists like the 50 Cents, the Lil Waynes, the French Montanas, things of that nature.
Yeah.
It can happen, but sometimes some people do get discouraged because it's like some people will be like, okay, I've been rapping for so long, how come I'm not being noticed?
Well,
Um,
that's the common problem we see, right? 'Cause
mm,
half of us are like, yeah, it's about the music, and then half are, no, it's about the business, and then some people just don't know how to match both.
well, it's in order way, in my opinion,
Hmm.
for an artist to be go viral or see success, they gotta have a combination of both. Because there is artists who their music suck, but their business is totally on point, and then there's some artists who's very talented, but you never hear from them. You understand? So if an artist could have a combination of both, like I would say Drake, for example, which Drake going in my opinion gonna be around for a very long time. It can happen. It can definitely happen.
So I gotta ask, right? Because Drake's last album was a hit or miss with a lot of people because it was EDM. How did you feel about it?
Um, it's a well, EDM technically has been around for a while.
No, of course.
It has its own demographic and its own market. So for him to reach in a total different demographic and a total different market is definitely a plus for him. So we may not like it because we're so used to a typical sound or a typical demographic or whatever. But if I'm thinking long term as an investor, if I'm managing Drake and I'm booking Drake to do shows in Russia or in Germany that's like heavily involving EDM, I know for a fact Drake is gonna sell out that arena. He's gonna sell out that crowd. And he don't have to like put out any more albums if he wants to. He don't have to, but and for that particular album, if he tours overseas, he's definitely gonna make money off of that. Just off of that album. That's how I think as a like if I was a businessman and investor, he can definitely make money like that.
So I was around this wicked street, and I personally seen you change and become more professional in how you present yourself, and I've seen you how you've also progressed as a lyricist. But a lot of people, or even ourselves, right? We don't know unless we take the time. How do you feel you've progressed since from Wicked Street all the way to Too Much Sauce to what you're currently doing right now?
Um, it's just practicing before I go into the studio, practicing on the takes, the deliveries, the flow, the sound. It went from, let's say I'm doing a showcase competition and the judge is judging my performance and judging the music. I will take all the criticism. Any auditions I've been doing, I take all the criticisms.
So even if it's bad, because I know artists are very I don't want to say temperamental, but you know for a fact
Yeah.
that if you say my shit sucks, I'm gonna want to smack you.
Um,
In your head, you know you want to smack.
maybe
Depend.
in that situation, depending on the person and how their energy is gravitated towards me, but I really don't really take it personal because I definitely did receive criticism from both of my strongest records, and I get it. The music that I put out is not for everybody. I do understand that. I'm pretty much well aware of that, and I'm also well aware of um the music that I do put out can either be a hit or miss. So even though I may feel it's a hit record, but the people have to determine that. The people have to determine what is a hit record, or how does that record gravitate to them, or how does that record relate to them message wise, or how am I painting the picture towards them. So in terms of criticism, I take all criticism, I listen to it, and I embrace it, and I go back to the drawing board, and I just get better and better. Like every showcase that I do, I look back at the performances, and I look at where I trip up, and the next showcase, whether it's a big or small showcase, I just get better and better and better, and that's it. It's all about practicing. Mm.
But how do you feel you? So I hear the technical stuff on how you did better, but how do you feel you've improved as a person, as an artist from that time?
It's all about listening. That's it.
So you become a better listener.
It's all about listening because whoever is critiquing you, whether it's a media person or someone who's an A&R or an investor, they know what they're saying because obviously they've been in the game for so long and they have connections to whoever they're connected to. So it's all about listening. You know, God blessed us with two ears and one mouth, so it's best to listen twice and speak once. To sum it up, so I listen, I embrace it. Sometimes I may or may not agree with they're saying, but you know, if that's how they feel at the moment, that this is what you need to do, this is what you need to work on, things of that nature, then all right, I'll take it into account. Um, if I hear the message over and over again, the same message but from different people, then it's like okay, it's time to really work on something. Like prime example, I've been hearing about the show tracks, like performing at showcases where they say artists got to have a performance track. So I was like, what is it? So they broke it down. What is a performance track? The verse is blank. You keep the ad libs in the background, and then the hook stays. So when I'm hearing it from numerous people, I'm like, okay, maybe they really are saying something. So then I was like, okay, let me try the performance track, and I try to memorize the lyrics. As far as the stage presence, it's got much better because
Yeah,
now,
you take command of your thing. Cause I saw you were
yeah.
rocking for the holidays. See, I was like, oh, this isn't the too much song that I used to see. I was like,
Yeah,
okay, Ty, do you? Do you?
yeah,
Okay, okay, okay.
definitely. So it's like I take account of where a lot of things people say, and I'm like, okay, let me give it a try because I don't know how it's gonna work out. But ever since then, every showcase I do is all performance tracks, regardless of the sound system, regardless if there's technical difficulties or the mic give up. You gotta hear my voice because I used to do MP3s. I used to do all of that, and it's like, okay, if I'm listening it from a fan's perspective, I don't know if I'm listening to the artist or listening to the MP3. So
True. That's very true. So my final question for you, love, right?
yeah.
What legacy do you look to leave um, within the next few years?
Mm, that's a good question. Um, an infamous legacy. The reason why I say infamous legacy, the word infamous itself, is meaning being notorious or having a bad reputation. So you can be infamous for doing good things. It's all about your perspective and how you put things into light. So prime example, Martin Luther King, he's infamous for the civil rights movement.
Yeah.
You understand? You don't have to be a notorious drug lord. You don't have to be the next Osama bin Laden. You can be infamous for doing good things and leaving and having a good legacy behind. So in order for me to have a good legacy behind, it's just making impactful music, um, leaving messages behind. Because what I've noticed with music, it's a lot of people feel that it's oversaturated because there's a lot of artists and nobody's not doing things different. What I'm doing the merch. I'm leaving things behind, so people can get a memory for. Because with merch, lasts forever. Music does in a way, depending on the artist and
Yeah.
how strong the record is, but the merch really lasts forever. So that's the legacy I want to live by, leaving something behind, with the merch, leaving something behind with the music, leaving something behind just by my character and my personality. So when they see an advertisement that's runs similar to one of my records, first thing they'll think of is Infamous Top. So
Thank you so much for sitting us.
thank you
Although it
so
was
much.
brief, we learned so much about you, and so did our listeners and our viewers here at Raw Zone Media and, of course, TitanTheRap.com. Where can they find you?
Social media, Instagram, infamous __ Ty. Facebook, Ty Lifcott. That's my personal page. Twitter, infamous _Ty_GRE. Infamous Ty on all social media platforms. Make sure y'all go get the new album, Infamous Diaries Volume 1. That's out now. The warm up 3 is coming soon. So
And
make
if you
sure.
don't tune in, you would dub. I'm bringing that back in 2023. So we're gonna start having people recruit like who's a dub, and you're gonna nominate them, and we're gonna talk.
Me?
No, like in general, like the audience is gonna nominate who's a dub, and then we're just gonna put them on blast, kind of like Donkey of the Day.
Oh, no.
Have people
Okay.
submit it, like, yo, this person got a problem with you, so this is why.
Okay.
But it's your homegirl Ivy. We are here, Press Play Media Day, courtesy of www.titanofrap.com and Raw Zone Media, www.rawzonenyc.com. You can follow the Titan of Rap himself on Instagram at Titan of Rap. You can follow me at IamIvy.xo underscore, and of course at Raw Zone NYC and at Ivy Productions. It's been real. Shout out to Muffin Man Pictures for all the behind the scenes work. You are valued. We appreciate you. And
Definitely do.
yeah, so we are out with the too much sauce. Too much sauce.
Mhm.